Microsoft hitting an all-time high today, the fourth session in a row that the stock has done just that. Our next guest getting even more bullish on the name. Joining me now, Post 9, Wedbush analyst Dan Ives. Welcome back.
Great to be here.
You say that you have incrementally bullish from your recent AI customer checks. What does that mean? What'd you call NVIDIA and say, is Microsoft still spending money, and you decided to add to the price target? What are the customer checks?
That's a great question. I mean, 40 to 50 customers, partners, what I really view as some of their bigger customers out there in terms of, and what we're really focused on, Scott, is trying to understand the trajectory of the AI stack, commercial cloud. I believe right now, this is trending anywhere from 5 to 7% ahead of expectations. And I think the most important thing is this could be an incremental $25 billion that the street's not factoring into next year's number. That's why I believe not just $4 trillion, potentially we could be looking at a $5 trillion market cap in the next 18 months.
Okay, the stock's at 491 and a half, so I can see how 515 might have felt a little in question that the stock was going to blow past there. 600 doesn't feel too lofty in the kind of environment we're in. How much has to go right for that to happen?
I think 600 is probably conservative. And I'm thinking about the next 18 months. In terms of the next year, I think this is one I could definitely see that numbers are going to come up significantly in terms of all of our checks. But the most important thing in terms of cloud, in terms of AI adoption, we believe for every $100 that a Microsoft customer has spent, there's an incremental now $50 of AI spend on the table. So essentially what you're almost creating another sort of mini Microsoft within Redmond. And I think no one understands what's happening better than, of course, Jensen from NVIDIA. But if you look what Nadella's doing, Nadella understands on the cloud side better than any of the competitors.
You say that you view Microsoft as, quote, the clear front runner on the enterprise hyperscale AI front. AWS, Amazon, the people over there may have something to say about that, wouldn't they?
And look, we're bullish on Amazon, obviously bullish on Google as well. I believe that they're narrowing the gap. But when it comes to core enterprise, comes to core stack, Microsoft, they're playing another game relative to AI, I think, and what's essentially happening now is on the commercial cloud piece, the execution is continuing to increase, and that's why I think this is one. Me and you have talked about it, over the years. It was really on a treadmill for a year, didn't do anything. I think what's happened now is we go into the software phase of AI. That's where Nadella and Redmond, they are playing chess, and others are playing checkers.
Yeah, but okay, so they're playing this game, and they might have had the best-looking team in the game with OpenAI. Microsoft and OpenAI together, formidable foe against anybody,
Sure.
Right? Well, what happens if that team falls apart? What happens if there's a disgruntled teammate and the team gets broken up? Does your view change?
I view that at the time. I view it as more, those were training wheels in terms of AI for Microsoft. So my view of OpenAI relative to, if I go back to early 2023 is totally different. So this is not one where it's all relying on Altman, OpenAI, how the negotiation's going. When I look at the AI engineers, the software developers, the stack, and also it comes down to these customers, it's in their backyard. And I still believe, as I always say, the haters, they can't say...
What do you mean the haters? Why do you always bring up the haters? How many haters are there? The stock speaks for itself. Who are the haters?
I think I could tell you institutionally on this name, even today, many institutional investors are saying, what more can go right here? The stocks, it's already had its run. And to my point there, I believe there's an incremental $100, $150 upside as they prove out this software phase of the AI revolution.
All right. His outlook as bright as his jacket. Dan Ives, thank you so much. We'll see you soon.